ugly truth about moving to Africa.
Or cleverly on the beat.
Wow. Blessings and welcome back to IamMarwas Adventures reaction series about moving back to Africa. I'm so amazed and overwhelmed about the reactions of my last reaction video. Here's the next one. Full joy. Today we are talking about the harsh reality of moving back to Africa. And I want to say thank you very much TimFordJnr with his YouTube channel T3andme, linked in the description down below, about our next reaction content. Let's get into it.
Ugly truth about moving to Africa. My name is TimFordJnr and I moved over here to East Africa, Tanzania 4 years ago, and I helped my people invest, rebuild, and return to Africa. I promise you by the end of this video, I will give you tangible information so that you can be able to successfully transition to Africa. I plan to use some of my story and my journey and the things I've went through in order to help you prepare yourself for your journey. So without further ado, let's get to the point, okay? Yeah, like I said, guys, the ugly truth about Africa is this. There are people here who will try to take advantage of you. There are people here who will try to steal from you. There are people here who will try to scam you. They are here in this society. They are here in different countries, and they are here on the continent. I know a lot of people unfortunately think and feel like when they come to Africa, it's kumbaya. I'm with my people. Oh, we are here. I've made it back. Everybody's going to be happy that we back. No. Unfortunately, that's not how it goes. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be real with you guys. A lot of our people here have a poverty mindset. Poverty is something that has, overtaken people by a long shot.
A poverty mindset refers to a way of thinking that is shaped by a scarcity, limited resources, and a lack of opportunities. It's the impact of colonialism and historical structures. It's the lack of education and resources. It's because of the impact of entrepreneurial spirits. Changing that mindset is the key to development. The African diaspora plays an important role in changing that mindset by bringing knowledge, investment, and business opportunities back to our home countries.
A lot of people literally, when they meet people that speak English, they automatically think this is their meal ticket out of poverty. They automatically think, okay, I got my brother and sister that I can cleave to in order to help me get out of this poverty-stricken situation. Like, that's unfortunately the mindset for a lot of people over here. And even those who are already native to the continent, and some of the people who are coming from America, you know, some of the people that come here, they have a low vibrational way of thinking. They literally do not know how to build something for themselves. So they decide to attempt to leech on to people and attempt to steal from what someone else is already doing. Like, there's this naive thinking that when you get to Africa, no problems will be here. We just get here and the healing starts and there's no trouble that you have to deal with. But the reality is, when you deal with people with a poverty mindset, that comes with a lot of mess. That comes with a lot of things that you have to overcome. So you got to be prepared for that when you decide to make this journey over here to the continent of Africa. Now, I know each country have different, ways that they do things. And also there's different, laws and regulations in place in different countries. So I can't just say, every country is terrible, but I've heard many stories about how people have to, unfortunately, deal with mess when it comes to helping people and, dealing with our people. So you have to be prepared to know that that's a part of this journey. Low level thinking people, low level thinking individuals are here lurking in the cut, lurking in the shadows, trying to take advantage of you. And that's just the ugly truth. I know it hurts, and I know that's not what we expect, and I know that's not what we want to deal with. But the reality is that's what's going on over here. That's the ugly truth. There's people here that's gonna see you and think like, oh yeah, we good now. Even some of the Americans, I know there's this thought process that we deal with as a people, and we think that all my people from America, they're gonna be with me. They my brothers and my sisters, and when we get together, we're gonna take over the continent, and we're gonna come together, and we're gonna team up, and we're gonna do what we need to do. Man, some people coming over here and they will see you as someone who's doing something successfully, and instead of joining forces and instead of trying to see where they can fit in and help it move forward, they literally will try and come and steal it and tear it apart. I've had several people that I've put in position to be successful. I've sacrificed and helped them move forward on their journeys, get their families in a good position. And the exact second that they get in position, they change. They change. Well, I don't say they change. They show their true nature. They show their true way of thinking. They show their true way of doing things. So, you know, it hurts in the beginning, but I've learned so much now, and that I'm able to regurgitate what I've learned, and I'm able to come on videos like this and prepare different individuals for their particular journey and for how they can be prepared for these things moving forward. Like, not only within our American people or Western people who decide to come over here, there are some people here that already are native to the country, and they need us as partners in order for them to move forward sometimes. Like, you can't knock them. If it's a poverty-stricken country, if it's a poverty-stricken continent, when they meet someone that speaks English, their mindset is, okay, this is my chance. Let me cleave to this person. Let me make something happen with this person today. Like, they want their money today. They only see, sometimes they see us as ATMs. They think, okay, this brother or sister got money, so let me get what I can from them while I can. Like, so you can't technically be upset with them, because literally they've been taught and trained to think like, okay, when I see an American, this is my chance, this is my moment, let me seize this. And they are literally trying to feed themselves for that day.
Do you know IamMarwas, the great YouTuber from Africa, Kenya? He's my mentor. He helps so many people out there. I would like to be like him. I don't want to go there only for selfish reasons. I would love to also help the people and help Africa to develop. Okay, that's a big, big goal, I know. But it's also a dream. A dream I wish to come true. And no, we don't come over to take over the continent. And we won't be upset if they come and beg or steal something. I would love to say, hey, here's my watch, no problem. Take it. I don't need it no more, you know. It's yours. What else do you need? Can I help you? That would be amazing.
Like, I want you to think about that. They are trying to feed themselves for that day sometimes. Some people are rich and they are in a good position and they are able to move. But a lot of times, some of these people are trying to survive day by day because they're in such poverty that, you know, they're trying to get it how they can. So when they meet you, they can't even think and fathom about a long-term goal. They can't fathom about building something with someone for a long period of time, because it's like, man, I got my son, I got my daughter, I got somebody at home that's waiting on me to provide some food right now, today. Sometimes they have their grandmother in the village, their mother in the village, their father in the village. Someone in the village is waiting for them to send money that day so that they can help their family. So they have a lot on their plate sometimes. So when they see you, some of them are going to try and take advantage. Some of them will only see you as the cash cow. That's the ugly truth. That's the reality. So be okay with feeling, unfortunately, taken advantage of sometimes. Be okay with feeling like, man, you know, they only want the money from me. Oh, they only want to try and take advantage. Unfortunately, that's how some people move. That's not the majority. There are some good people here on both sides. There are some good Tanzanians. There are some good Africans who are out here and they have the proper mindset and they are ready to build alongside the right individuals. And there are some Americans and some people coming from the West with the right mindset and they are ready to build with the right individuals. But the ugly truth is there are some low-level thinking people here that you're going to encounter, and you're going to have to know how to deal with them in that in order to stay over here successfully. When you encounter those type of people, you can't take it to heart. You can't feel like, oh, man, they don't care about me. Oh, man, they don't want me here. oh man, let me run to another country and see if it's different there. Man, things are like that all over the continent. I've seen people complain in different countries. I've seen people say that they've been dealing with this in many of the countries on the continent. So when you encounter something like that, you got to understand that's just a test. That's a test of your faith. That's a test to see if you're going to stay true to what you came over here to do. When you have a vision, when you have a mindset, when you have a goal in place, opposition is going to come to try and stop you from reaching that goal. Opposition will try to come and stop you from moving forward on what you're trying to do. And sometimes it takes the form of people. It takes the form of negative people, negative, low level thinking people being used by the enemy in order to try and stop you and hinder you. So when you run into those instances, when you run into those situations, you can't afford to cry about it. You know, you can't afford to pout. You can't afford to say, oh man, let me give up, let me readjust, readjusting is fine, but running to another country, that's not feasible, and that's not wise, because you're going to deal with the same thing in another country that you go to. So if you feel like, you know, you're called somewhere, don't run when it gets tough and you encounter people with that low level way of thinking. There's been several people who I've met and they said, oh, God told me to come to this country, God told me to do this, God told me to do that. But when they run into a tough situation, they forgot what God told them and they run to a whole nother environment. Or sometimes they run back to the West. So I wouldn't, I don't want anybody to do that. If they feel like they're called here, if they feel like they're supposed to be here, I want them to figure it out and get adjusted and get acclimated and position themselves properly. So don't allow those shortcomings to stop you and hinder you from moving on what you were called to do and what you feel led to build over here on the continent of Africa. Yeah, it's hard, and I know it hurts if you encounter that. Man, I've been heartbroken by several brothers and sisters, me trying to help, me trying to overextend myself, me trying to really put people in a good position, but that never deterred me from my journey. It always taught me how to move. It always gave me the wisdom on how I'm supposed to moving forward. So yeah, it hurts, but now I'm able to come here and give you guys these stories and give you guys these things that I've been through in order to help you guys move successfully and transition over here successfully. So what I went through wasn't in vain. And there's a quote that I learned that says, man, if you want to go far, try to learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to go and make the same mistake if you can learn from someone who's already made that mistake. So I've made the mistake of, getting too close to people and opening up my heart, opening up my mind, opening up my vision to individuals who in turn took advantage of me, who in turn, tried to scam me, who in turn tried to burn my platform, who in turn tried to tear me down. But it taught me valuable lessons so that I can come and regurgitate this information to my people so that when they come over here, they can have a smooth transition. So it pays off. And now we are able to use what we went through as ammunition for content, as fuel to help people, and as ways to be able to understand what our people are truly dealing with. Like, yeah, this thing is difficult. Yeah, this thing is tough. But when you decide to come to Africa, you decided to step into the tough arena. You decided to do something difficult. So when those moments come, take those lessons that come to you and do what you need to do and learn from those instances, okay? I know it hurt. I know it's painful. But if you want to get to what you said you was going to do, you're going to have to go through that type of stuff in order to make it. So be okay with, people doing you wrong, people playing with you, and people sometimes wasting your time. It's a part of the learning curve. I met a brother recently who literally called it tuition fees. Like, you paying your tuition to stay over here long term when you encounter things like that with different individuals. It's like you are earning your stripes over here on the continent of Africa when you deal with those things. It's like you are literally like proving yourself and really like earning your stripes. So pay your tuition fees and go through these things so that when you go through it, you are able to learn the culture and learn how to operate, because there's no way that you can learn the culture without going through the cultural things.
And sorry for the bad sound quality. I tried to improve it with cap cuts. I hope it's okay. Don't forget to check the original video from TimFordJnr. Link in the description, as I said. Of course, no. I don't let bad experience stop me from moving forward. And you should do the same. We will learn from other mistakes in these reaction series together. Hopefully, get well prepared for the tough arena out there. Let's learn the culture together and pay our intuition fees.
Like, you have to learn the culture. So when you go through that, that's not a chance and an opportunity to run away. That's a chance and an opportunity for you to learn how to adjust so that you can stay here long term, okay?
I hope you liked today's second reaction series of moving back to our homeland, Mama Africa. Next one will be out next Thursday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. So that would help my channel very much. Thank you. See you next week. I'm out. Soon